It All Starts With You is a show where we're going on a journey of self-discovery and exploration. This platform is a place for women who are transitioning and transforming. Hi, I'm Eileen Lemelman, licensed clinical social worker and psychotherapist. We are embarking on a trip together where I will be interviewing experts and extraordinary women such as you and me. Let's start the show. Hello, 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 my ladies, my dolls, my friends. Welcome to It All Starts With You. I'm Eileen Lemelman, and I am so excited to have you here today. I got to tell you, this week has been an amazing week. We started really launching this book project that I'm involved with, and it is so exciting. But I have a question for you, and we're going to talk about that on the show with my guest, Kathy Mila. We're going to talk about the book and what that means and how inspiring all the authors are and how hopefully we can be inspiring to you. But I have a question for you. The question is, do you dream? I'm not talking about the dreams that you have when you sleep, although those are important too, because those are unconscious messages that we get about things we're struggling with or things we're dealing with, or, things that we desire or things that we wish. Those are all things that we dream about in our sleep. But I'm talking about those wishes, those desires, those daydreams that you had or have. As women, sometimes we don't even know that we're allowed to dream. We are programmed to make sure our family's dreams come true. We're programmed to make sure that others have their dreams come true. But what about us? When do we get a chance to dream and actually allow our dreams to come to fruition? So today we have the dream resuscitator, Kathy Mila, with us. I love her story of how she really got to where she is today. And we're going to talk about her story again. We're going to talk about dreams, and we're going to talk about the book. And we're going to talk about all projects that she's involved in as she pivots through this season of her life. So let's welcome Kathy Mila.
Hi, Eileen. So happy to be back. I love coming on your show. I love all of you, too. It's great to be here.
And they all love you.
Thank you.
Because you bring something so important. You started off a little difficult, struggling through, early part of your younger life, right?
Yeah.
Not only personally, but the work that you did was tough work. You were an ICU neonatal nurse.
Yes.
Talk about how you got that term, dream resuscitator.
Yeah. I love that term, dream resuscitator. It really is so important. And it's come to me, really recently to use that term, because for 4.5 decades of my life, I breathed life into babies, physically breathed life into neonates, into newborns and premature babies. And that was my job. And I love my job. And yet there was some level of unfulfillment inside of me, because I was living my life not being true to me. I didn't really have dreams. My dream was to see my kids be successful, to grow them to adulthood. My dream was to do a good job at work and save babies' lives. I didn't have a Kathy dream. And that's what I want to share with all of you, because it is time to give yourself permission to dream. I didn't give myself permission. I still remember the time when a woman said to me, "What's your why? What is your dream?" And I didn't have one. I really didn't have one. And so it is so important to,
Yes.
it's inside of you. You don't have to find it. You just have to uncover it. It's there. It's just uncovering what your dream is.
Yeah, you know, that makes me think about something that you had mentioned in her masterclass, which you have to join her masterclass. It is chock filled with information, with nuggets of wisdom, with sharing, and we'll get to that sharing part too, because that's also important. But you asked the question of all of us at the masterclass, who am I and why am I here? You know, that is not a question that we often get asked and that we often kind of ponder. Who am I and why am I here?
Yeah.
And I think that's what causes so much sadness, depression, sort of aimlessly living life, when you really don't connect to who you are and why you're here.
Yeah.
So, how are we supposed to find that?
That's a wide open question, Eileen.
I know. Well, that's what I
How much
do.
time we got? How much time we got here? Okay, we got a little time today. So it really starts with expanding, first of all, the idea that you have, that you are who you are, and being open to uncovering all the junk that covers up the real you. So how I like to start is to have you start thinking back to when you were a small child. If we're talking to women here, to a small girl, and if there's any men in the audience, a small boy, like when you were young, ages like 3 to 7, what did you do? What did you think about? How did you play? How did you use your imagination? What did you love? Some people maybe loved to curl up and read. Maybe some people played house. I played house and had dolls, and then I took care of babies and had kids. Some people, I have a friend who rode horses, who drew horses, who played with horses, who played it like a farm, and now she owns a farm. So it's really important to think back to that time, because we were born, each of us was born with our true essence, the true reason you're here, the true you that you are. And life, sometimes that gets covered up with life. We hear from a lot of, and again, this isn't meant to shame anyone or to make our parents or blame anybody. This isn't about blaming our parents or anybody for whatever, because this is how life operates. The real us gets covered up with the junk of life, with the shoulds, that you should do this, you should, and I'm not saying we shouldn't get an education. I'm just saying it's the shoulds and the supposed tos and the have tos. And oftentimes, even our education system, although I love our education system, it's geared to certain types of children. If you don't fall into that box, then how do we reach them? How do you operate? And so that's how life covers things up. Again, not making anybody right, wrong, good, or bad. It's just really saying, who are you? Who were you when you were young? And start thinking about that, and how do you bring that essence of you into today?
You know, they've done studies that said that at age 7, it's sort of like this pivotal age. At age 7 is when, well, it has to do with, where developmentally kids are at age 7, and they start noticing their differences and they start comparing and all of that.
Yes.
But at age 7, that's the age where we sort of let go of our dreams. Mm-hmm. From 0 to 7, we all know what our dreams are. We play. That's what play is. Yeah. We play our dreams. I mean, my dream at age 7, I had 3 dreams, right? I played 3 things when I was up until age 7. I either was a mommy to my baby dolls, or I was a teacher. I had a little blackboard in my bedroom, and I pretended I was a teacher. Or I was a performer. And I would pretend that I was performing and singing and dancing and doing all those things. And, in some ways, I fulfilled the first 2. I am a therapist, but I do teach also. But that real essence of me, of wanting to touch people's lives was always in me. And that's how I got here. So, can you remember back to when you were, 0 to 7, what you played with and what you had to let go of?
Yeah, I loved the outdoors when I was a kid. I played outdoors a lot. I grew up in South Florida, so we were outside almost all the time.
You're a Floridian.
I am.
Not many of us here.
I was born in New York, but raised here since I was about a year old. So I've seen a lot of changes here in South Florida. And I played outside, played with dolls, played, setting them up, feeding them, cooking. I think there was a part of me that liked to draw at that point. And I also have found I wrote poems. I wrote stories. I liked to write things back when I was a young child. And I let go of a lot of that because there was a lot of, again, societal things that say this is what you're supposed to do and how you should show up in life. And I didn't know how to navigate that. I think most of us don't know how to navigate what we believe about ourselves when we're 7, and then we're also taught certain things, and so we adopt that. And the key is that you don't have to stay with those beliefs that you believed back when you were 7.
Yes.
You can examine them and you can change it. You can change anything you want at any time.
Yes. Do you remember what you dreamed about when you were 0 to 7? Do you remember what you were doing, what you were dreaming about, what you were thinking about, what you were hoping, what you were playing? Write us and tell us what it is you dreamed you would do or be and how that's changed now that you're, a grown-up, all grown up. How has that changed? What did you dream about? We want to know. Let us know what you were dreaming. Because that would be really great to know, right?
That would be fun. I'd love to hear what your dreams are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you played as kids. I think it's really great.
So, you talk about writing, that you loved writing. Great segue into what we're both involved with and, what we're doing with writing. How exciting is this? How exciting is this, Kathy?
Very exciting. It's beyond. It's the closer we get to the date of our book is coming out in print September 6th. The buildup is so tremendous. Yeah. It's phenomenal to think about all this.
So Kathy and I are part of a collaborative group. 22 authors all contributed a chapter. The chapters are the stories are really about how we got to this moment, how we all pivoted, the aha moments that we had, the changes, the transitions, the learning, the experiences that we had that brought us to where we are today. And everyone in the book is a hero. Everyone is talking about their heroic journey and the legacy that they want to leave for you and for all of us, right? And for ourselves as well. So it's called Call to Speak, Lead, and Impact. And I'm telling you right now, if you haven't done it, if I haven't reached out to you, and if Kathy hasn't reached out to you, I want you to go on iBooks and, bring it up. It's an app. You press on iBooks and pre-order the book. It is only 99 cents. iBooks is only 99 cents. The beautiful, beautiful thing about it. Well, you tell us what the beautiful thing about it, because it's about a we thing.
Right, it is. This whole collaborative book project is about that collaboration, changing our culture to collaboration, to the we, not the me. Yes, the me is there, but it's the me in the we. Like if you take the M and flip it upside down, it becomes the we. So it is about what I call the win-win. In our world, we do see a lot of win-lose everywhere we can look. It's not hard to find that where a lot of people believe someone's got to lose in order for me to win. And that's not a truth. That is a lie. The truth is we can create a win-win world, and it starts with this book. So here's what happens in the win-win. This is a great demonstration of it. Our goal is to get to bestseller status. So you purchase a book for 99 cents, you pre-order it. You help us get to bestseller status. You help the United Way, because all proceeds are going straight to the United Way from the pre-order and from the book sales. Every cent is going to United Way to support other people, to support women veterans and families. This is what we're doing there. So that's a win-win-win. And then you get to win too, because you get to read 22 transformative stories that will inspire you and help you transform your life. Win-win-win. I love it.
I love it. Well, I love the fact that, yes, we are winning by you buying because it's going to bring us to bestseller status. But we are benefiting so much more.
Yeah.
Because we're touching people's lives, not only by reading the book, but by charitably helping people that are in need.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what I'm all about. I'm a psychotherapist. I always want to find a way to help people live a full life,
Right.
to help people live a life where they don't have to beg, borrow, and steal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so many do now.
Yes, and my chapter is talking about creating a conscious legacy. And that's, so get the book and read the chapter and read Eileen's. And it's not a book that you have to sit down and read all at once. You're going to read a story at a time, and you're going to be informed, and mostly you're going to be inspired and transformed and transform your life. So this thing about creating conscious legacy, you talked about that. This is what we're all doing here. Yes, we want to get the bestseller status. Why? Because we want that? Well, that's a nice thing. It's really not all about that. It's about the impact. Because if we get to bestseller status, we know that we're impacting thousands of lives through our story, so that we can help other people create a conscious legacy, so that you can be very intentional and purposeful with how you want to live your life and what is the impact you want to create. Because the truth is, every single day, you are impacting the world around you. Your family, your friends, your coworkers, your job, the people you meet in a store. You are creating an impact. As you drive down the street, you are impacting the people around you. We're not always aware of that. You get to shift and be very intentional and purposeful with the impact and the ripple effect you want to create in your life.
I love that. Yes. People don't think that they can make a difference by just doing one little thing. But yes, it starts with that one little thing, because when someone's kind to you, you feel good, and then you want to be kind to someone else. It all starts with you. That's where it all starts with, because we can have a ripple effect when we feel like just a little act, one little act, and really what we're talking about is doing these little acts that start with a dream.
Yeah.
That start with a dream. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a little commercial break. My sponsor, Kathy, has a brand new commercial, which we're all anxious to see. I can't wait to see her new commercial. And when we're going to see her commercial, it's my other sponsor, Patty Shotwell. And then when we come back, we're going to continue talking about how we can have an impact on our dreams and how we can pivot and transition and really make our dreams come true. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Kathy Mila is a dream resuscitator, helping women regain a sense of purpose, be more fulfilled in their career, and finding balance in life, all without sacrificing their well-being. Throughout her 45-year career in the medical community, Kathy breathed life into thousands of babies through the physical act of PPV, positive pressure ventilation. Now she breathes life into your dreams with a different type of PPV. Passion, power, vision. Contact Kathy, the Dream Resuscitator, and download your free work-life balance playbook at freegiftfromkathy.com.
Patty Shotwell, the insurance lady, is a retirement planner and an independent broker. Assisting people of all ages with health insurance and life insurance, Patty is a retirement specialist helping the senior population with Medicare, long-term care, legacy, family security, and nest egg protection. From health and medical, income and savings, final expenses and estate planning, extended care and long-term care, Patty focuses on educating clients and on making sure that questions are answered and problems are solved. For more information, contact Patty at 954-540-7850.
Everyone has a story to tell, and I want to hear yours. I'm Eileen Lemelman, host of It All Starts With You. Our stories are a unique way to appreciate, understand, and respect each other. Your story of transformation in life and business serves as an inspiration for us all. I'm offering you a platform to highlight your powerful message and journey. Contact me, Eileen Lemelman, host of It All Starts With You, at itallstartswithyou.live. I look forward to connecting with you. Let's continue the journey. Now back to the show. Hey there. Did you see that commercial? Oh my goodness, Kathy.
It's awesome, huh?
We nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Oh my goodness. Let's bring Kathy back and let's continue talking about dreams. So we're talking about pivoting. Really, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How do we pivot? How do we transition? How do we move to the next level? I mean, listen, I am doing this show for 1 year. It's my 1 year anniversary. And I couldn't have predicted it. But what I allowed myself to do was dream.
Yeah.
And then what do we do with dreams to make them reality, to make them real? We have to take action, right?
Yes, action is one of the big keys.
So let's talk about how you inspire and encourage yourself as well as others to take action.
I think, so the big thing here with action is there's a piece of it that's action and accountability is what I want to say. So it's laying the foundation, having the foundation of who you are, why you're here, what your vision for your life is. The next piece to me is what's the story that holds you back? That's a big piece because we always have a story that can hold us back.
Yes.
The story could be, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not smart enough, I don't feel like I'm good enough for this, I'm not good at speaking, I'm not good at whatever it is you want to do, I'm not good at art, I'm not good at writing. I didn't think I was that great of a writer. And now I've written a book, a chapter in a book. I have another book. So it's like, what is possible for you? So from that place of what story, having a tool that can help you interrupt that story and create a new one and create your truth. And then from that, a plan and taking action. And I believe in the 1 degree change action piece, which is oftentimes we get like, so we want to go from here to here. And we look at here and we go, oh, I don't know, there's all these steps. I've got 50 steps. Start somewhere. Look at one. What's the next right step? What's 1 degree change? A ship gets to a different port by degrees. 1 degree change will get to a different port. So making little by little changes, a little becomes a lot.
Yeah, that 1 degree change. That's what I always encourage my patients to really think about, setting the bar low. Because if you think about this enormous kind of road ahead of you, you think about, oh my God, how am I going to travel 2,000 miles? No, just think about traveling from one exit to the next exit, which sometimes is what, 15, 20 miles, right? That you can do. That you can do if you set the bar low.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're involved in this book project, which is enormous. It's so exciting. Neither one of us ever thought we would be there. So let's talk about some of your other projects.
Okay.
You are involved in a women's convention, sort of.
Yes, it's called Discover the Beauty Within. It's at the Broward Convention Center, September 15th through 17th.
I love the name, by the way.
I
Discover
know,
the Beauty
it's
Within.
awesome. It's their 9th annual, and I am excited to be a speaker. So if you live in Broward County, you can get a ticket. You go to dtbw2022.eventbrite.com. And the tickets are free. You get to come. Most of the conference information is on Friday. So check it out. Go look at the website and join us. I'm going to be speaking. There's going to be so many people. Wendy Blum-Weiss is speaking. Just a lot of great speakers, a lot of great information about business, about life. So yes, that's one of my projects. I'm also a chapter president in the Mom Link, which you know, Eileen, we've talked about, which I love. It's a great community. If you're looking for a community, want to talk about it, I'd love to chat with you. And then I've got a couple of my own programs coming up in October. I'll be hosting a 5-day challenge. I have a 6-week virtual group coaching program starting, and I'll probably be throwing my master class in there in September somewhere along the line, putting that out there, that you got to be in the beta group of the master class. So that was fun.
And it was awesome.
Yeah,
really,
great, thank
if that's just the beta class, I can't even imagine how much growth a person can have by attending your master class. But as you're listing all the things, I'm like, woo, there's a lot going on. You are not stopping for 1 minute, not 1 minute. And so you are living my tagline, which is, it's never too late and you're never too old to live a life of meaning, of purpose, of joy, of creativity. Listen, I grew up in a house where the message was 60 is kind of the end of the line, baby. 60 is when it's over. And so to think that in my 60s and in your 60s, we are living out these amazingly full, meaningful, creative, beautiful lives. And you can too. You can too, because like Kathy said, what keeps you stuck is you. Mm-hmm. What keeps you stuck is your mindset. What keeps you stuck is that belief that, what's the purpose? You know, I'm in my 60s, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 70s. I can't, there's nothing more. I should just stay home and play a little canasta, which by the way is fine. If that's what you do. I play mahjong too. I love it. But, if you want more in your life, what's keeping you stuck? And if you attend Kathy's masterclass, you're going to really have such personal development and such growth and uncover your stuckness.
Yeah. I do want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you know what's the most productive decade of your life?
What is the most productive decade of your life? You mean like that's been proven?
Yes, there's evidence.
Is it your 60s?
It is your 60s. And the next most productive is your 50s.
Wow.
So yes, there's evidence. The 50s, 60s, and 70s are some of the most productive decades.
So tell us why in your 60s it's so productive. There's a reason.
I would say, from my standpoint, it's because there's some wisdom, there's some experience, and then if you're willing to shift. So I won't say it's the most productive for everyone, because some people are not willing to shift. They're stuck in their story and they don't want to change. And I understand that. I was stuck in my story for a long time. You have to believe in possibilities. I don't like to say have to very often, but start expanding your mind to believe what's possible for you.
Okay, so that is the best way to end the show. Start believing what is possible for you. You have a little saying about the impossible. What is that?
Yes, Audrey Hepburn. She says, nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Adopt that one. I'm possible.
So we're going to end with that. Such nuggets of wisdom, such exciting projects ahead for me, for Kathy, and for you too, if you really allow yourself to flourish, to have a dream, and to go after it. The affirmation today is so great and important. My life has meaning. What I do has meaning, and my actions are meaningful and inspiring. and your actions are meaningful and inspiring too. Just a little 1 degree will be so meaningful and so inspiring to yourself and to others. So ladies, I always say ladies, but I have to say also men. Some enlightened men out there watch me too. I know that. I know, and I'm so appreciative and grateful. So tune in next week when we're going to have some salsa dancing or some mambo dancing or some tango dancing. I don't know, but it's going to be dancing. So tune in next week. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. And it's going to be another inspiring show. Because you know, ladies, it all starts with you. You have been watching It All Starts With You. New and exciting opportunities are ahead of you. You are creating your own destiny. Until we meet again, my friends, it all starts with you.